Potential surfaces. Equipotential surfaces. Okay. So what is meant by equipotential surface? In the name only, by seeing the name only, we can understand the definition of this one. Equipotential surface means what? A surface, clear ma? Where everywhere potential remains to be same. That is called as an equipotential surface. Clear? So for example, if I take a point charge plus q, clear? Then can you say how can you draw an equipotential surface for this point charge? Can you say anybody? If I take a point charge, so how can I draw an equipotential surface to this point charge? How can I draw ma? Equipotential surface means what? Potential everywhere should be equal. So how can I draw? First of all, what is the equation for potential due to point charge? Potential due to point charge is how much? Potential due to point charge, already we have calculated, no? V is equals to kq, k capital Q divided by R, kq divided by R. Clear, no ma? So k is a constant, q is a constant, so potential is inversely proportional to R. What is the meaning of this one? Potential is inversely proportional to R means what? What is the meaning of this one? It means that as you move away from this point charge, potential remains constant. That is the meaning of this one, potential continuously decreases. So from this point charge, if you draw a radius of small r, then throughout this spherical surface, potential remains the same, no? Are you able to understand, ma? Clear? So if I am drawing a radius of r, then I can draw a sphere. I can draw a shell whose radius is small r. So throughout the surface of this sphere, can I call it as an equipotential surface or not? Clear, ma? So this surface of a sphere is an equipotential surface. Equipotential surface. Can I write like this or not? That is my question. Okay, ma? So total sphere which is formed, can I call it as an equipotential surface? Speak out. Don't be silent. Say something, yes or no. Mic is problem, huh? Now are you listening, ma? Okay. So total surface of this sphere, can I call it as an equipotential surface or not? For example, if I take this point 1, if I take this point 2, if I take this point 3, clear, ma? So potential at this point, let it be V1. Potential at this point, let it be V2. Potential at this point, let it be V3. Then what is the relation between V1, V2 and V3? Definitely they are equal. No, why they are equal? V1 is equals to V2. Radius is same, no? So from this point charge, this distance remains to be same. If a distance remains to be same, potential also remains same only. So definitely total surface of the sphere around a point charge, it is having a radial symmetry. Radial symmetry means every point on this sphere has same potential. So therefore surface of a sphere around a point charge, it is an example of an equipotential surface. So equipotential surface means what? So every point on this surface has same potential. That is the meaning of this one, no, ma? So definitely this sphere is an example of an equipotential surface. Clear? So similarly, around this sphere, if I draw one more sphere, so this second sphere also, can I call it as an equipotential surface or not? Clear, ma? If I draw one more sphere around this sphere, Is it also an equipotential surface or not? Definitely it is also an equipotential surface, no? If this distance is r1, this distance is r2, so this sphere is having same radius, no, from the point charge. So if r value remains the same, then potential also remains same. So this is my second equipotential surface. Clear? So here if potential is 100 volts, here I can say potential is some 80 volts. And throughout this surface, throughout this sphere, potential remains to be 80 volts only. Clear, no? Similarly, if I draw one more sphere around this one, if I draw one more sphere, so if I draw one more shell whose radius is r3, this one also, can I call it as an equipotential surface or not? Third sphere also will behave like an equipotential surface, because this sphere again it is present at the same distance from the point charge. Clear, ma? So these kind of surfaces where potential everywhere remains to be same, this is called as an equipotential surface. Okay, ma? Come on, make a note of this one. Then we will see how this equipotential. So we will see about arrangement of equipotential surfaces. Okay, ma? Okay, so see. So for example, this is a point charge plus q. Clear, no, ma? So if I draw a sphere about this point, clear, ma? Then definitely I can say this total sphere, this is not a circle, ma. Don't think this is a circle, this is a sphere. You know what is the difference between circle and sphere, no? Sphere is a ball. Clear? So throughout this sphere, it is an equipotential surface. Clear, ma? So next equipotential surface with the same potential difference, where can I draw? Clear? For example, let us see equipotential surface is second one. Clear? So this is second equipotential surface. I can say this is a third equipotential surface. This is a fourth equipotential surface. So definitely I can draw equipotential surfaces like this. Are you able to understand? But how I am to draw? But we are supposed to draw equipotential surfaces with same potential difference. Okay, ma? So I want to draw those equipotential surfaces which are having same potential difference. Are you able to understand, ma? Same potential difference means what? So first surface, I want, let it be its potential is 100 volts. Second equipotential surface I want to draw whose potential is at 90 volts. So what is the difference between 100 and 90, ma? Difference between both of them is 10 volts, no? So next equipotential surface I want to draw which is having a potential of 80 volts. Now what is the difference between both of them? Again it is 10 volts. So next equipotential surface, I want it to be 70 volts. So therefore again what is the potential difference between them? 10 volts. Next equipotential surface, I want to draw a potential of 60 volt. So again potential difference is 10 volts. This is what I want to draw. First equipotential surface 100 volts. Second equipotential surface 90, 80, 70, 60. Clear, ma? Then by using the relation E is equals to minus dV divided by dr, how can I draw these equipotential surfaces? That is what we are going to understand here. Are you able to understand, ma? This relation already we have studied now previously. What is E? E is called electric field at a region. What is the relation between E and potential? Relation between electric field and potential, this is the relation, ma, previously which we have derived. E is equals to minus dV divided by dr. So by using this relation, I want to calculate these potential equipotential surfaces which is having same amount of potential difference. Same amount of potential difference means what? dV is a constant. That is the meaning of this phenomena. dV is a constant. What is meant by dV? dV means what? Change in potential. Change in potential should be constant. Now can you say, how can I calculate? How can I draw equipotential surfaces? Okay, ma? How can I draw equipotential surfaces around this charge such that the difference of potential between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface is same? It means first equipotential, if it is 100, second equipotential surface should be 90, third one is 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, like this. Clear? So how can I draw? First of all, as you move away from the charge, what happens to electric field, ma? Electric field, will it increase or decrease? As I move away from the charge, from the point charge, electric field intensity, will it increase or decrease? E value, what happens to E value? Will it increase or decrease? Decreases. What is E value? E value is basically force experienced per unit charge only, no? E value is force experienced per unit test charge is called as E value. So as you move away from the point charge, definitely force experience reduces, no? So E value also reduces. Are you able to understand, ma? Okay. Next, similarly, as you move away from the same point charge, what happens to potential? What happens to potential at a point? Potential at a point increases or decreases? What happens? What is meant by potential basically? Potential is nothing but work done per unit test charge, no? Potential is nothing but work done per unit test charge. Clear, ma? For example, if I take 2 points, this is point number 1 and this is point number 2. Clear? I want to bring a test charge from infinity to this point 1. So let work done be W1. Similarly, I want to bring another unit test charge from infinity to second point. Then work done is W2. Then what is the relation between W1 and W2? Which one is greater? W2 is greater. W2 is greater than W1. That's all, Rama. If I want to bring a unit test charge from infinity to point 2, point 2 is closer to this test charge, no? So more force of repulsion will be there. If force of repulsion increases, I too should apply more force. So therefore work done will be greater. This is what we have been discussing in the last classes, no? It means you are not revising properly. Clear? So as I move again in this direction, my potential continuously decreases. Are you able to understand? So if this equipotential is 100, then this equipotential will be 90. This equipotential may be 85. This potential may be 82, like this. Are you able to understand? So as you move away from the point charge, potential continuously decreases. E value also decreases. Are you able to understand, ma? And now if you take the relation E is equals to minus dV divided by dr, then what do you understand? What does minus indicate here? What does minus indicate here, ma? What does minus indicate? Already we have discussed, no? Here minus indicates that if I move in the direction of electric field, potential continuously decreases. That is the meaning of minus, no? Okay, ma? So what does minus symbol indicate? Minus indicates that if we move in the direction of electric field, potential decreases. That is what we have studied previously. Okay, ma? So here also it is satisfied, no? If I move in the direction of electric field, what happens to potential at a point? Will it increase or decrease? Decreases. That is the meaning of this statement. Clear? Up to here it is clear, no? Okay. So E is equals to minus dV divided by dr. Now here, what is the condition I am taking? I am taking dV to be a constant. Potential difference should be constant. So I want to draw equipotential surfaces such that difference between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface should be equal. It means if this equipotential surface is 100, then this equipotential surface should be 90. This equipotential surface should be 80. This equipotential surface should be 70. Like this I have to draw. Then is this arrangement, is this correct or not? This arrangement, is it correct or not? That is my question. Sima, as I move away from the point charge, E value decreases, no? If I move away from the point charge, E value, electric field, will it decrease or not? So you have not prepared the basics properly, ma. Basics should be very, very, very strong. Clear? Then only the higher concepts you can understand. Clear? So let us see. See, ma, if this is the point charge plus Q, so here I am taking electric field to be E1, here I am taking electric field to be E2. Clear? Clear, ma? Similarly, here potential is V1, here potential is V2. Then what is the relation between E1 and E2? E1 is greater than E2, no? E1 is greater than E2. What is E basically? Force experienced per unit test charge. So F1 is definitely greater than F2. Clear? So definitely E1 is greater than E2. Similarly, potential V1 is also greater than V2, no? Why potential is greater? Because what is the definition of potential? Work done per unit test charge to bring from infinity to a particular position. So as I move closer to the charge, work done also increases. So potential also decreases as I move away from the point charge. Are you able to understand, all of you? Clear, Nama? Now how I want to draw equipotential surface? Equipotential surface I have to draw such that dV is a constant. What is meant by dV? dV means what? dV means what? Change in potential should be constant. Clear, Nama? So therefore, how can I draw equipotential surfaces about this point charge? That is my question. Clear, Nama? So what is the relation we have? E is equals to minus divided by dr. Clear, Nama? So for example, first equipotential surface I have to draw here. First equipotential surface. So let this one be having a potential of 100 volts because of some positive charge. Okay. So second equipotential surface I am drawing here. Clear, ma? So let this one be my second equipotential surface. And if this is 100 volts, let this one be 90 volts. Clear, Nama? So what is the potential difference between 100 volts and 90 volts? Potential difference between 10 volts. So next one also where I have to draw? Next one I have to draw an equipotential surface of 80 volts, no? Next equipotential surface should be 80 volts. What is this distance? This distance, let it be R1. This distance between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface, let it be R1. Second equipotential, that is the third equipotential surface where I have to draw. Shall I draw again at the same distance of R1, or my distance increases, or what happens? Can you see? Distance increases. Why distance increases? Sima, if I move away from the point charge, E value decreases, no? If I move away from the point charge, what happens to E value? What happens to E value? Come on. E value decreases. Clear, Nama? If I move away from the point charge, E value decreases. But I want dV to be constant, no? What I want to be constant? What I want to be constant? Change in potential difference should be constant. 100, 90, next potential I have to draw 80. It means dV, change in potential, should be constant. So E value is decreasing, dV should remain constant. Then how dr should be? Dr value should be how much? Dr value should increase. That is the meaning of this one, Nama. If dV is a constant but E value should decrease, it means dr value should increase. It means that what? Here I have drawn the potential at a distance of R1. So next potential surface I have to draw at a greater distance. Clear, ma? So this distance will be how much? This distance will be R2. Clear? So this is 100, this is 90, this is 80 volts. Clear? Similarly, 70 volts potential where I have to draw? 70 volts, what you call the potential equipotential surface where I have to draw. So this difference is R1, this difference is R2. Then how about R3? R3 value, is it greater than R1 and R2 or less than R1 and R2? If I move away from the point charge, E value further decreases, no? E value further decreases. But I want dV to be constant. What I want to be constant? I want dV value to be constant. If dv is constant, E value is further decreasing, then dr value should further increase, no? Dr value should further increase. So therefore, I have to draw equipotential surface somewhere here. Clear, Nama? So if I draw this much of bigger sphere, then this becomes my next equipotential surface. So this is 100, this is 90, this is 80, and this one is 70. So are you able to understand how we are drawing the equipotential surfaces? Clear? So for same potential difference, if you move away from the point charge, then distance between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface continuously increases. Distance between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface continuously increases. So have you understood why potential continuously increases? Why distance between two equipotential surfaces, why it is increasing? Have you understood up to here, Noma? Clear, no? So E value continuously decreases, but I want dv to be constant. So therefore, dr value should continuously increase. Okay. So therefore, actually let us see how we can draw the diagram. Clear, Nama? So for example, if this is a point charge, so near the point charge, equipotential surfaces they will be crowded like this. Clear? Then as I move away from this point charge, distance continuously increases. So this is what is going to happen. So next equipotential surface will be somewhere here. Are you able to understand, ma? So this is 100, this is 90, this is 80, this is 70, this is 60, and this one is somewhat 50 volts. This is how I have to draw the equipotential surfaces. Have you understood, ma? What is the potential difference between each of them? Potential difference between each of them is 10 volts only. But distance between each of them, it is not greater. This distance is R1, this distance is R2, this distance is R3, this distance is R4, this distance is R5. Then what is the relation between them? R5 is greater than R4 is greater than R3 is greater than R2 is greater than R1. Distance between equipotential surfaces continuously, it will increase. Okay. So come on, first of all make a note up to here, then we will continue our discussion in the next class. So in equipotential surfaces, clear? How can I draw? I have to draw equipotential surface according to E is equals to minus dV divided by dr. That's all, Roma. So this is a point charge plus Q. So as you move away from the point charge, electric field intensity continuously decreases. For example, here at this point, if I take electric field to be E1, and here at this point, if electric field is E2, definitely I can say E1 is greater than E2. Clear, ma? Similarly, at the same point, if I take potential is V1, and similarly here, if I take potential is V2, then definitely I can say V1 is greater than V2. Clear? So therefore, how can I draw equipotential surfaces? Equipotential surfaces already we have discussed in the last classes. Equipotential surfaces means everywhere on this surface, potential should be constant. Same amount of potential must be exist. Are you able to understand, ma? So therefore, E is equals to minus dV by dr here. I have to draw equipotential surfaces such that dV should be a constant. What is meant by dV should be a constant? So change in potential, it should be a constant. Clear? So let dV be 10 volts, for example. So change in potential, I want to be 10 volts for every equipotential surface. For first equipotential phase, let it be 100 volts. Next one should be 90, next one should be 80, next one should be 70. So like this equipotential surfaces, if they are changing. So as we move away from charge, clear, ma? E value continuously decreases. E value continuously decreases. This already we have studied, no, ma? So, but dV should be a constant. E value should Definitely, E value is definitely decreasing. But what I want dV to be a constant. So then what should happen? Then dr, this dr value, dr should continuously increase. dr should continuously increase. Okay, ma? So this is understandable now. So E is equals to dV divided by dr. So this is always a constant. I want to change in potential between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface to be always constant. Are you able to understand? So if dV is a constant, as you move away from the charge, E value continuously decreases, and this is possible only when dr value continuously increases. It means between one equipotential surface and next equipotential surface, if distance is some 10 centimeter. Next, for the next equipotential surface, the distance will increase. It will not be 10 centimeters. It may be 15 or it may be 20, depending on how E is equals to dV by dr values are changing. Are you able to understand? So therefore, diagrammatically, how can I draw them? Diagrammatically, I can draw them like this. Clear, ma? For example, this is a point charge. Clear? So, let this one be the first equipotential surface, which is equal to 100 volts. Clear, ma? 100 volts. So, next equipotential surface will be very close to this one. Clear? This is 90 volts. Third equipotential surface, which is again having a potential difference of 10 volts, its distance will increase slightly. And next equipotential surface distance will again increase. Clear? So next equipotential surface distance will further increase. Clear? And next equipotential surface will be at a very large distance like this. Clear? Ba? So this is how we have drawn the diagram yesterday, no? So this one it is 100 volts, this one it is 90 volts, this one it is 80 volts, 70, 60 and 50. Clear, ma? So this distance x1 is very small, distance x2 has increased, x3 has further increased, x4 has further increased, x5 has further increased. Clear? So this is how equipotential surfaces are arranged about a point charge. So up to here it is clear now what is happening, how we are drawing the equipotential surfaces. Clear now all of you? So switch on your videos first of all. Okay. So if you have not made a note, make a note up to here. Okay, ma? So we will write some properties of equipotential surfaces. Let us see what are they. Okay, ma? So properties of equipotential surfaces. Clear, ma? So what is the first property I can write? If electric field strength is greater, then equipotential surfaces are very crowded. This already we have understood, no? If a strength of electric field strength is, if E value is greater, dr value should be very less. Clear now, ma? So E is equals to minus dV divided by dr. So if E is greater, okay, ma? E means magnitude of electric field. If it is greater, then dr should be lesser. Dr should be lesser. Magnitude of dr will be very small. It means that, so near the charge, equipotential surfaces are more crowded. What is meant by more crowded, ma? Distance between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface, that will be very small. Near the charge. Near the charge means what? Near the charge only electric field intensity will be maximum, no? As you move away from the point charge, electric field intensity reduces. Clear? Second one. Second point, what I can write. So, two equipotential surfaces, can never intersect with each other. Clear, ma? So two equipotential surfaces, they can never cross with each other. Always there must be some distance between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface. What is the reason? If two equipotential surfaces, if they are crossing with each other, it means at the same point two potentials are possible, which is not at all possible. Clear? For example, if you take this one as one equipotential surface and this one as another equipotential surface, if this is 20 volts, this should be 10 volts. So throughout this surface, potential should be 20. Throughout this surface, potential should be 10. For example, this is one equipotential surface and this is one equipotential surface. So this is a 20 volts, this is a 10 volts. Clear? So is this intersection, is it possible, ma? This intersection is not possible. What is the reason? Now if you take this point, at the same point 10 volts is also present, at the same point 20 volts is also present, which is not possible. At one point in an electric field, only one potential is possible, two potentials are not possible. What is meant by potential basically? Potential is nothing but work done per unit charge, no ma? Potential is nothing but work done per unit charge. So to bring a unit point charge from infinity to this particular point, same amount of work will be done. Two works are not possible. So therefore two potentials also, they are not possible. So two equipotential surfaces, they can never cross with each other. Clear? So make a note of these two properties, then we will go for the third property. Come on. Let us see the third property of equipotential surface, ma. So here we can write, so electric field is always perpendicular to equipotential surfaces. Okay. So this is the third property of an equipotential surface. So electric field will be always perpendicular to the equipotential surface. For example, consider this is a positive charge. Then already we have studied about the arrangement of this equipotential surfaces. So near the point charge, we can say equipotential surfaces are more crowded. Now as we move away from this point charge, then distance between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface of same potential difference, this distance continuously increases. Clear, ma? So if this is a 100 volts equipotential surface, this one is 90, this one is 80 volts, this one is 70 volts, and this one is 60 volts. Then distance between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface of same dV value. Same dV value means what? Same amount of potential difference if it is existing between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface, then this is the arrangement of these equipotential surfaces. Already we have studied them. Now if I draw what is the direction of electric field, then electric field should be drawn such that so it is always perpendicular to the direction of these equipotential surfaces. Clear, ma? Similarly, if I draw electric lines of force here, and this is the direction of electric field, already we have studied, no? So, to the direction of electric lines of force, wherever you draw a tangent, that tangent will give the direction of electric field. So, electric lines of force will be like this only. So, wherever you draw a tangent, that will be the direction of electric field. So, these electric field lines, so they are everywhere, they are making an angle of 90 degrees with the equipotential surface. Clear, ma? So, consider these are two equipotential surfaces like this. Clear? Then here what is the direction of electric field? Here the direction of electric field is exactly perpendicular. Clear, ma? Similarly, if I want electric field direction here if I want, then this is the direction of electric field. Okay, because already we have studied that how we are able to say that electric field lines are perpendicular to equipotential surfaces. Already we have studied previously, no? So E is equals to minus dV divided by dr. This is the meaning of this one, no? It means potential changes in the direction of electric field. potential will not change in the direction perpendicular to the direction of electric field, potential will never change. So that is, if this is the direction of electric field, so potential will change only in the direction or in opposite direction to the direction of electric field. Okay, so if I take one point here and one point here, which are perpendicular to each other, here if potential is VA, here is potential is VB, then what is the relation between them? Definitely I can say potential at point A is equals to potential at point B. So again this forms an equipotential surface, no? And here electric field is always perpendicular to the direction of this equipotential surface. Clear? So that is our third property, which says that electric field is always perpendicular to equipotential surface. Clear? Now let us see the fourth property of this equipotential surface. Okay, ma? Fourth property is that if I want to move a point charge from one point in a equipotential surface to same point in a same equipotential surface. For example, consider this is one equipotential surface. So here I have point A and here I have point B. Clear, ma? So I want to move a test charge Q0 from this point to this point. So in any direction, for example, if I want to move from here to here, if I want to move from here to here, if I want to move like this, clear? Whatever may be the direction I am moving, now I want to calculate what is the amount of work done. So here I will say work done is 0. Okay. So what is the reason that work done is 0? Work done is 0 because work done is equals to VB minus VA into Q. This already we have studied this relation. Work done is equals to potential difference multiplied by the unit charge which you are moving. Clear, ma? So this is an equipotential surface, no? So here at potential will be VB, here potential is VA. Definitely I can say VB is equals to VA because this is an equipotential surface. And when VB is equals to VA, then potential difference will become 0. So work done is equals to 0 into Q0. So work done will be 0 joules. It means to move a point charge from one point on the equipotential surface to another point on the same equipotential surface, then work done will be 0. Clear, ma? And already we know that electrostatic fields are conservative fields. No? So conservative fields means what? So whatever may be the path in which we are moving. If you are moving in this direction, in this direction, in this direction, or in this path, whatever may be the path you follow, so work done does not depend upon the path which we have taken. It always depends on initial point and final point. Clear? So this is our fourth point, which is called as, clear, ma? So work done to move in an equipotential surface from one point to another point will be 0. Clear, ma? Similarly, now we can study the fifth point. Okay. Now what is the fifth point? Fifth point is that, okay, ma? So if I want to move a test charge from one equipotential surface to another equipotential surface, so consider this is point A and this is point B. I want to move a test charge from here to here, whatever may be the direction again. If I want to move like this or if I want to move like this, whatever it may be, then in this condition definitely work will be done. Are you able to understand? What is the reason? Because between one equipotential surface and another equipotential surface, definitely there will be some potential difference. If there is a potential difference, there definitely work will be done. Clear, ma? For example, if I take this one as a point charge plus Q, clear, ma? Then this will be the arrangement of equipotential surfaces. So this is one surface, second surface, third surface, and fourth surface. Here potential is VA, here potential is VB. So if I want to move from here to here, then work done is equals to VA minus VB into Q. Clear, ma? So definitely I can say VA is greater than VB, no? Because as I move towards the positive charge, potential continuously increases. Clear? So therefore VA is a higher potential, VB is at lower potential. So VA minus VB is 0 and the test charge which I am moving is also positive. So therefore work done will be positive. Work done means what? Work done by external forces to bring this charge from here to here without any acceleration. So definitely work done will be positive. So in another method also I can explain this one. So this test charge, it will experience if I give a positive charge, clear, ma, to a conductor, because between all these positive charges there will be force of repulsion, no? Between all these positive charges there will be force of repulsion. Because of this repulsion, all these charges, they go and reside at the what you called outer surface of this conductor. Clear ma? So total charge will get reside on the outer surface of the conductor, and at sharp points the amount of charge deposited will be greater. Are you able to understand? And what is the how this electric field, how these electric charges will be arranged? Charges will be arranged such that everywhere the direction of electric field will be perpendicular to this conductor. Clear ma? How will be the arrangement of electric field ma? Electric field is such that it is always perpendicular to the contact surface or outside surface of this conductor. Clear? So make a note of this point. So charge will be distributed. Charge will be distributed. Already we have studied this one previously. Now properties we are writing. Charge will be distributed such that, clear ma? So electric field is always perpendicular to contact surface or perpendicular to outside surface. Are you able to understand ma? Now can you say, how can I draw equipotential surface to this charged conductor? Can you say ma? How can I draw equipotential surface to this charged conductor? Any idea? So what is the property of equipotential surface? Electric field lines are always perpendicular to equipotential surface, no ma? So therefore, you draw equipotential surface such that it is always passing through electric field such that electric field lines are perpendicular to this equipotential surface. So this is the first equipotential surface. Clear ma? So here I can say potential is 100 volts. Clear? So similarly, if I want to draw next equipotential surface, so this will become my next equipotential surface. So this equipotential surface will be 90 volts. So third equipotential surface I have to draw at a greater distance. So this will be my third equipotential surface, and this will be 80 volts. So this is how a charged conductor will behave. Are you able to understand ma? So in a charged conductor, surface of the conductor is an equipotential surface. So what is the meaning of this one? It means that if I want to move a test charge Q0 from this position to this position, can you say how much work I have to do? Clear ma? So if I want to move a test charge Q0 from one surface of the conductor to another surface of the charged conductor, how much work shall I do? How much work I have to do? How much work? Zero work, no? Work done is zero. Why work done is zero? Because W is equals to V2 minus V1 into Q0. That's all, no? So W is equals to total surface of charged conductor is an equipotential surface. So it means that here also potential is V, 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 everywhere potential is V only. Clear now ma? So to move the charge from any point to any point on the surface of the charged conductor, work done will be zero, because same potential is existing between any 2 points. So therefore work done is V minus V into Q0. So therefore work done will be 0. Are you able to understand ma? So these are some of the properties of equipotential surface. Okay, come on.